Andrew here to raise your awareness. Today I wanted to have an honest Andrew talk about the number one thing that's holding you back, and that's your bad habits. If you got good habits, go ahead, keep those. You're doing great. But the number one thing that held me back was my bad habits. So how you can change these things is it's so simple that you could reject it. You have to turn the should be doing that, you know what, I should be doing that, to musts. It sounds so stupid and so simple, but it's the truth. And it's the majority of your time is your habits. So thinking the way that I wanted to think, you can't do that because your habits are taking over the way that you want to think. And if you want to think the way that you want to think, it's thinking in a certain way, which thinking in a certain way will most certainly get you to the person that you want to be. So it's so awesome to talk about this because my name is Andrew and I used to be a heavy drinker. I used to be a heavy drinker on the weekends. And I don't know what the technical term is for an alcoholic, but I was probably close to it. I mean, every weekend I would get a beer and I wouldn't stop grabbing beers until I got to that point of either buzzed or drunk. So this is why it's so important for me to talk about, because once I broke that habit, I freed myself. And once you can free yourself, then you can assume your new reality of the person that you wanted to be. And it freed up, every weekend. Think about how much time is on the weekend. I have so much time now to bring content and to bring this awesome stuff to you guys because I broke the habits of bad habits. So it's a super simple process. But if you haven't looked at any of my other content, if you're brand new and just watching this video for the first time, I do comedy personal development videos based off of the teachings of Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, really credible guys that have changed people's lives. So if you haven't watched any of those, go ahead, watch a couple of those and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But this one here, this is an Honest Andrew version where I talk about the grit, and how how you can change your life. So, and really what's going on in my life. So it's a 3-step process that I've taken from the Tony Robbins event, Unleash the Power Within. And if you haven't gone to one of those events, oh my Lord, I definitely recommend it. I don't think he's doing any live ones obviously right now because stuff, lockdowns and whatever, but he's got virtual ones right now that are really discounted, so I would highly recommend it. We actually got a noise complaint when we did it in our apartment from jumping up and down. Like, you move for 10 hours a day, so you're jumping up and down, you're dancing, and movement is energy and energy is life. So that's what we did for the whole weekend. It was absolutely nuts. I think you're gonna love it if you do it. So what I did was take the Unleash the Power Within event. There's a section in that event that goes through breaking habits. So I broke down exactly that process and I put it in a 3-step process. And it's so simple. Like I said, you could reject it. And it doesn't take all weekend. It's not a weekend retreat or anything like that. It's a 2, maybe 3-hour process that you go through that really makes you live what it would be like to break that habit. So there's two ways to change a habit. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you're a drinker. It doesn't matter if you're a smoker. It doesn't even have to be health related. If you mow a lawn every day and that's your addiction, or if you have a bad habit of eating tree bark or anything like that. So it does not have to be health related. If you have limiting thinking, if you have a lack mindset, this is going to help you break the habit. And there's only 2 ways to change a habit, and it's to either relate enough pain or pleasure to the thing that you want. So in this 3-step process, it's pain. So you have to be willing to go through a little bit of pain for 2 to, I think it's probably an hour of going through enough pain so that you can change the habit. And that's going to be the barrier. That's going to be the barrier that changes you. And it's not only going to break your habit, but it's going to replace your habit with good habits. So I'm absolutely excited for this one because I did it and I know you can do it, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So go ahead, download this one. It's in the comments below there, And like this video if you want to keep raising your awareness. And like I said, go check out the comedy videos. I know you're going to love them. And subscribe to this channel if you want to keep raising your awareness. So love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.